I helped Ethan Cole build his empire from the ground up, but right before our wedding, he confessed he was in love with my half-sister, Chloe. I agreed to break up, but on one condition. He had to help me win over his business rival, Dominic Vance. Are you insane? You've been chasing me for 10 years and never got me. Is this your way of getting back at me? Ethan's handsome face was etched with disbelief. I retorted defiantly. Dominic is taller and hotter than you. I stopped loving you ages ago. Now I'm crazy about him. Ethan laughed, calling me delusional. Everyone knows Dominic Vance is completely out of everyone's league. No woman has ever managed to get close to him. So you have to figure it out. If you help me win him over, I'll sign away my inheritance rights and hand over a billion-dollar empire to you and Chloe. I turned away, pretending to be nonchalant, but tears instantly streamed down my face. Of course, I knew the chances of getting Dominic Vance were zero. I just wanted a mutually destructive way to release all this tangled, unspoken love and pain. But to my absolute shock, Dominic Vance took my hand under everyone's watchful eyes and asked, "What date are we getting married?" "This is my fiancée, Eleanor Hayes. She likes you, Mr. Vance. She likes your movie star looks, your decisive demeanor in business, the mature charm that's settled in you over the years." Ethan's handsome face was pale with fury as he read the love letter I'd written to Dominic. He'd helped me write the letter, and all my fancy jewelry and designer clothes were bought with his platinum card. He skipped a major international meeting and drove me to the city's most exclusive restaurant, personally arranging a candlelight dinner, all to help me confess my feelings to Dominic. Dominic let out a cold laugh. "Is today April Fool's Day?" Ethan's jaw tightened in a visible struggle as he tried to appear nonchalant. "I'm not kidding. Eleanor really likes you. I'm helping her pursue you. You can leave now. Don't interrupt my time alone with Mr. Vance." I coldly dismissed Ethan, watching him disappear into the heavy rain. His back was lean and tall, more mature and charismatic than when I first met him 10 years ago. Back then, he was fresh out of college, interning at my father's company during summer break. His blue shirt was faded from washing, his eyes clear and stubborn, and he worked meticulously. I saw his character and talent, promoting him from a poor kid to the youngest vice president. "He says you like me, but your eyes clearly still love him," Dominic commented softly from beside me. His face was strikingly handsome, his eyes deep and profound. He sat there like a god veiled by mist. Just then, Ethan looked up at us from downstairs. I immediately, shamelessly, sat on Dominic's lap, wrapped my arms around his neck, and made it look like we were being intimate. "I apologize, Mr. Vance. I had to pretend I wanted to pursue you because it was the only way I could get some alone time with you. My real intention is to discuss a partnership. I'm begging you. Please drop Ethan and invest in me." I didn't know if it was my imagination, but Dominic's eyes seemed to dim slightly. "You should know. I'm signing a contract next week to invest $5 billion in Ethan Cole." Of course, I knew time was critical, so I immediately pulled out the documents I'd brought, passionately introducing the company I had secretly founded. "I'm collaborating with University PhDs. Our technology is more mature than Ethan's team's, and it's 100% capable of commercial incubation." Dominic flipped through the documents, a smirk playing on his lips. "Everyone says you're a love brain, but I never imagined your own company would be so impressive." I forced a bitter smile. My father is incredibly sexist. He doesn't have a son, so he'd rather hand the company over to a male relative, a nephew, than to me. At first, I poured everything into mentoring Ethan, thinking we could run the company as a husband and wife team after we got married. But then he fell for Chloe Miller, my father's illegitimate daughter, with his mistress. Dominic calmly reminded me, "The mistress you refer to is now your father's legal wife, and Chloe is the pampered Hayes heiress, adored by your father. If Ethan marries her, he'll still get the Hayes group." That was what I resented the most. I had poured my heart and soul into Ethan, only for it all to become Chloe's gain in the end. Years ago, when Chloe and her mother officially moved in and took over, it gave my mother a sudden heart attack and she died. I hated them. Ethan falling for Chloe was the ultimate betrayal. I want revenge on them, and now only you can help me. Drop Ethan and invest in me. My eyes burned with fervent pleading as I looked at Dominic. But his gaze was cold. He gripped my waist and gently moved me from his lap to a nearby chair. I detest mixing personal feelings with business. Think clearly, and then come back to me. Dominic gracefully departed, and I stumbled out after him, shocked to find Ethan still waiting outside the door. I saw you throwing yourself at him, Eleanor. I never thought you'd be so shameless. His eyes seemed to blaze with fire. I sneered. What? Are you jealous? Waiting so long downstairs just to mock me? Before he could answer, Chloe's syrupy voice drifted from the nightclub across the street. You're mistaken, Ellie. Ethan was waiting for me, not for you. She wore a shimmering sequin dress that hugged her curves, a stark contrast to my stiff suit dress. Ethan's tone with her was utterly doting. Babe, aren't you cold? He took off his coat and draped it over her. She whined coquettishly. Not enough. Ethan, warm my hands for me. Ethan immediately cupped her hands, gently blowing on them to warm them. I used to cry and demand to know why he loved her, and not me. His answer was that I was always focused on work, like a grim, hardened man. Only a drama queen like Chloe could make him feel that spark of romance. I'm totally wasted, Ethan. Take me home now. Chloe climbed into the passenger seat of the Ferrari. I snapped. Get out. Ethan drove me here for my date with Dominic, and now he has to take me back. Besides, I bought him this car. Let Ethan choose, darling. Chloe pouted, then leaned closer to me and hissed maliciously, You pathetic shrew, you lost again. You can spend all the money you want, but you'll never make Ethan love you. And even if you stripped naked in front of Dominic, you wouldn't get him. Sure enough, Ethan chose her again, driving the sports car away with a roar. Just then, a few burly guys burst out of the nightclub, grabbing my hair and demanding money for drinks. Your sister didn't pay just now. She told us to find you. Hand over the cash or else. They leered, their dirty hands reaching for me. I immediately screamed, Let go of me. Ethan, help me. Ethan hadn't driven far. I was sure he could see the scene in his rearview mirror, but he didn't stop. He hesitated for just a second, then sped away. It was just like in our relationship. He unhesitatingly abandoned me, choosing my lifelong enemy, Chloe, leaving me sleepless night after night, crying until my eyes were dry, and laughed by all my enemies. Stop screaming. Come play with us. Pretty girl. The club thug's foul-smelling breath was close to my face, his greasy hand gripping me tight. I finally snapped, pulling out the documents from my bag and using them as weapons, wildly striking at them. The sharp edges of the papers cut their skin. My sudden fury forced them to retreat, step after step. When I turned, I saw Dominic Vance's Rolls-Royce parked by the street. After confirming I had repelled the thugs, his car started and drove away. He had witnessed everything, yet chose to stand by. A wave of frustration washed over me. I realized I didn't have the charm to make him like me, but I had to use the pretense of pursuing him to secure an investment. If I could just persuade him to drop Ethan and invest in me instead, I could turn the tables, climbing above Ethan and even my father. Unexpectedly, a video of me fending off the club thugs was filmed and posted online, even trending on social media. Hashtag Hazaris Meltdown, hashtag Dumpedfiancydrama. The media gossiped wildly about my history with Ethan, saying I was a rich heiress who supported a poor boy, only for him to get rich and dump me for being a dowdy old hag. Slap. Ethan slammed a stack of newspapers onto the table in front of me. The headlines and trending topics are all calling me a backstabbing scoundrel. Eleanor, You knew this was a critical time for me to lead the Hayes Group in fundraising and going public. How could you buy hit pieces to trash my name? I sneered. If you don't want people to know, don't do it. The media isn't wrong. I poured my heart and soul into you for 10 years. How are you repaying me? Ethan knew he was in the wrong, but his expression remained cold. You asked me to help you pursue Dominic, and I agreed. But he doesn't like you. What more can I do? That just means you haven't tried hard enough. You need to push harder. I grabbed his tie, manipulating him. At tomorrow's spring auction, I want to buy him a gift. Whatever I set my sights on, you'll get it from me, no matter the cost. The auction was packed with high society figures, and Dominic Vance was there too. He was seated regally in the center of a private box on the second floor. Ethan, Chloe, and I sat in the front row, allowing me to clearly see that the first item up for auction was a piece by my mother from 30 years ago. Madame Hayes was a renowned jewelry artisan during her lifetime. Her early works are cherished by collectors worldwide. Today, 3 pairs of her earrings are returning to the market. I bid frantically, but every time I made an offer, Chloe would raise the price, clearly trying to outdo me. Help me. I shot Ethan a look. You promised me. You said you'd get me whatever I wanted today, no matter the cost. Ethan met Chloe's eager gaze and softly refused me. I agreed to help you bid on a gift to win over Dominic, but would Dominic even care about these earrings? Don't be silly. My heart was burning with anxiety. I regretted that all my cash flow was tied up in company operations, leaving me no extra money for bidding. In the end, Chloe successfully acquired all 3 of my mother's pieces. The wings on these butterfly earrings are too big. I don't like them. Chloe, with a flick of her wrist, cut the delicate gold filigree, and 2 gemstones tumbled to the floor. I was stunned. Are you crazy? How could you ruin perfectly good jewelry? I bought them, so I can do whatever I want with them. Chloe cackled with glee, then broke and cut the other 2 pieces of jewelry, throwing them to the ground. Whispers and snickers broke out around us. Chloe's just trying to get a rise out of her. Exactly. Eleanor's mother clung to her status as the legal wife back then, making Chloe an illegitimate child for years, and her mother a publicly scorned mistress. But now Chloe has really made a name for herself. Everyone knows she's Richard Hayes' favorite daughter. They say Ethan loves her, and once he marries her, Eleanor will surely be kicked out of the Hayes Group. Eleanor is truly useless. No money to participate in the auction, so she can only watch her own mother's jewelry be destroyed. My heart bled in that moment, watching the jewelry my mother had painstakingly crafted day and night being desecrated into garbage. The auctioneer on stage presented the next item, a Breguet tourbillon timepiece from the early 19th century, starting bid $1 million. Dominic Vance on the second floor was the first to bid, immediately raising the price to $3 million. It seemed he liked this watch. I instantly joined the bidding, going back and forth with him, pushing the price to $20 million. Ethan's face beside me turned dark. Chloe, unaware of the situation, scoffed at me. Don't pretend to be rich. You can't afford it. As Dominic bid a high price of $30 million, I directly shouted, whatever it takes. The entire hall gasped, shocked that I had the money to snatch something coveted by the billionaire Dominic Vance. My next sentence pushed the atmosphere to a climax once more. I'm paying with Ethan Cole's card, and I'm giving this watch to Dominic Vance. Everyone's jaws dropped as they watched me use Ethan's platinum card, instructing the staff to deliver the timepiece to Dominic Vance's box on the second floor, accompanied by a bouquet of red roses, a symbol of affection. Within half a day, the news of me spending Ethan Cole's money to pursue Dominic Vance swept through the entire high society circle. That evening, I was dressed to the nines. As I walked into the dazzling garage, Ethan rushed up to block me. Do you know what people are calling me now? They're calling me a humiliated cuckold, spending money to help my fiancé get another man. I gave him a sidelong glance. Better than being called a backstabbing scoundrel, isn't it? I'm actively taking the blame for the relationship, letting people think I'm the one cheating. Shouldn't you be on your knees thanking me? Ethan gnashed his teeth, forcing out a cold laugh. You spent my money. Did he like it? The he referred to, of course, was Dominic Vance. I lit up my phone screen, shaking it twice in front of him. See that? Dominic sent me a message 10 minutes ago. 8 p.m. tonight, Grand Zenith Hotel, room 8808. Ethan's face instantly turned ashen. I swaggered, patting his face. What are you gawking at? Hurry up and drive me to my date with Dominic. I believed Dominic Vance had been impressed by my sincerity. For this, I had prepared even more detailed business plans, determined to persuade him to invest in my company tonight. Ethan, driving beside me, frequently glanced at me in the rearview mirror, then suddenly spoke. Why the Grand Zenith Hotel, of all places? I paused for a moment, then remembered. The Grand Zenith Hotel was where I had booked our wedding a year ago. The wedding date was next Thursday. Even the invitations had been sent out. I had bought wedding favors worth hundreds of thousands and spent millions decorating the venue. Now, the groom was driving me there for a date with another man. I sneered. Do you even care? The beach under that old bridge is where we first fell in love. 5 years ago, I almost drowned saving 2 children. Even the paramedics said I was gone, but you wouldn't give up. You desperately gave me CPR and artificial respiration, and I actually came back to life. The moment I opened my eyes, I saw the tears on your face, and I swore then and there that I would love you forever. Back then, Ethan and I truly were life and death companions. As I spoke, I felt a sense of weariness. Never mind. It doesn't matter. You've probably forgotten all about it anyway. I bet even the rocks we lay on have been swallowed by the sea. Ethan, who had been silent, suddenly slammed the accelerator, turning the sports car around and heading for the highway exit. I gasped, Are you crazy? I'm going to be late. Take me to the hotel. His dark eyes held a stubborn glint. Weren't you just talking about reliving the past by the sea? If you didn't want to, why bring it up? The car radio was broadcasting a hurricane warning, advising residents to stay indoors. I screamed that Ethan was insane, rushing to the beach in a hurricane to die. He sped to the beach and forcefully dragged me out of the car, searching for the rocks that had witnessed our bond in life and death. Heavy black clouds pressed down on the sea, giant waves roared, and a severe storm warning had been issued. Yes, I'm crazy! Why are you provoking me in such a twisted way? When you asked me to help you pursue Dominic, I wanted to kill him, he yelled at me. I scoffed. Don't pretend. You only agreed to help me pursue Dominic because I promised to sign the agreement giving up my inheritance of the Hayes family assets. You dream of seeing me out of the Hayes family so that after my father dies, you and Chloe can have the entire Hayes fortune to yourselves. I didn't. Ethan's eyes were wide with desperation. He tightly cupped my cheeks, his breath close to mine, full of a mix of longing and suppression. You just don't understand me, actually. Actually what? I felt a strange tension. Just then, his phone rang. My darling Chloe flashed on the screen. Ethan didn't hesitate for long before answering. The unspoken atmosphere between us instantly vanished. I knew it. Everything that followed was just as I expected. Chloe said she was scared of the thunder and needed Ethan to come to her immediately. No way. Your job right now is to take me to meet Dominic, I reminded him. Chloe heard my voice and started crying even harder. I'm so scared. Oh no, I accidentally fell, and my leg might be broken. Ethan, please take me to the hospital, okay? Her acting was awful. Yet Ethan actually believed her. He immediately decided to drive to her house. What about me? Dominic is waiting for me. How am I supposed to get a ride in this weather? I angrily demanded. Ethan looked me directly in the eyes, stating seriously, I'm tired of playing this game with you, Eleanor. You'll never get Dominic Vance. The women who've chased him over the years were A-list celebrities, beauty queens, even daughters of powerful politicians or foreign nobility. Eleanor, you don't stand a chance. Besides, isn't your ultimate goal just to make me angry? Well, you've achieved your goal. Give up. There's no way I'm letting you see Dominic today. He gave me one last deep look, then truly abandoned me, driving off to rescue broken-legged Chloe. The hurricane was closing in, chilling my thin clothes to the bone. My entire heart felt cold and desolate. From then on, my feelings for Ethan Cole were nothing but hatred. The wind howled in my ears. Staying here would be life-threatening, but I couldn't even stand steady. I could barely move an inch against the wind. In despair, I saw a helicopter flying towards me against the wind, like a small boat battling the waves, perilous yet determined. The person inside opened the cabin door and extended a hand to me. The strong wind ruffled his hair, revealing his handsome, refined face. It was Dominic Vance. He said, "I agree. Now come with me."